happened,
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
Three of us here, myself, my brother Luyanda, and my sister Fengi Mateng. So we are discussing the ideology of MMM. Here in South Africa, everybody is so excited about this phenomenon concept, MMM. I'm beginning to understand the ideology behind. Babu Yanda, can you please explain to me in simple terms? First of all, what does MMM stand for?
M stands for map, right? The second M stands for Mondial. The last M stands for Moneyball. And the idea is basically that the philosophy behind this is to create a financial crypto platform where people share their monies in a community of a group of people. And what I would say is that as we move along with the MMM is not new in the South African context because we've had stock fair. But what MMM has brought about is that they created an exchange where people can now begin to share what we call their resources.
How does this work? How does this sharing thing work?
Basically, people come together and they then decide to share the little that they've got among each other. I'll take an example with a lady who's got 50 or 100 rand to spend, but she doesn't need immediately. She then takes this 100 rand and puts it on the exchange, which is this time the platform of MMM. And then in that platform, gentleman next door comes again and borrows money from the exchange and gets money from the exchange. In that way, it has finished the deal. You don't need a bank in between to make it possible. We are now doing it among the group of community leaders.
Yes, and in that way, it helps everyone. It's for easy to access. Any individual can be able to participate, as you do not need any investment when you do it. It's basically to take money that you can spare, that you don't necessarily need, and it's a way of saving money. You are helping someone that needs money at that particular moment, because you at that time you're not in need of money. So in that way you are donating to somebody that is in need of the money at that particular point. So it makes it easy for everyone that you know that you have a place where you have literally saved your money, knowing that giving money to the bank, it will still have costs, charges, interest that is going to be charged in the money that you're putting into the bank. So in that way you get to save, and you know whenever you're in need you can always go back and claim the money that you've put in.
So brilliant, it's a brilliant idea. Do you know who came up with this concept?
My brother, of course, together with the other gentlemen, the other two gentlemen, the people and Moneyball. And it's been really building over the last, I would say, the last 5 years. And they've had a lot of hardship putting it together. But right now, for the MMM to come to South Africa, it's at a mature stage. They've learned a lot, and so I don't think some of the mistakes or problems they've faced in the past will be repeated in the South African market.
Is this ideology unique in South Africa, or maybe there are other ideologies similar to this that you're familiar with in South Africa? What would you say?
I would say there are others that have been that have come into the South African shore. But the one we've had what we call stock fair in the South African context. And stock fairs have been a way where communities have been sharing their resources amongst each other, and in that process they've managed to make it very possible for people to share their resources. What is different here is that the MMM becomes an exchange where people begin to exchange their resources. And in that way too, it has increased the value of those exchanges.
Okay, you are saying people exchange their resources. What if you give the resources to me and I don't exchange? I decide to keep. Are there control measures around that?
The built-in control measures, they will not give you monies that are beyond, above what you have contributed. So
There's a limit here.
No, I mean in terms of you coming into the market and getting the resources, they'll make sure that you have put something in already and you cannot take out more than what you put. So if you decide not to play by the rules, there is a way of punishment.
Yes, they say if you do not comply with the regulations, the rules and regulations, there are ways of making sure that you do not repeat that can cause you to be blocked into a system and not participate anymore. So obviously one needs to be reliable, one needs to be able to make sure that they at all the time are able to access the system so that they can be updated of what happened. Within that time frame, you are given 3 days after putting a donation for a contribution. It's either for you to be able to pay or to be able to receive money within the allocated 3 days.
Since this is international, you said it started in Russia. What is the currency that is used that can be understood by everyone?
Actually, it has come with the internet. It's called, besides using the local currency, we have an opportunity of participating in what is called Bitcoins. Bitcoins is a new market that has come in the world and is changing the way people do business because it's on peer-to-peer basis, meaning that if once I buy something from you, I'll pay you directly from the Bitcoins that I've bought. I don't need to go to the bank to get the money to pay you. If I've got Bitcoins, I pay you directly.
Wow, this is brilliant. It's exciting. I really want to get into this. If you are interested, how do you join?
Obviously, you come to a person. It's better to start with the person who is already in the system to introduce you into the system as to how the system works. Can you say something about this?
Yes, basically once you have an interest of wanting to be part of this contribution, it is very easy. You have to connect with somebody that is already in this organization that will help you to be able to create you'll be able to create your donation. With that, you are able then to wait for the next 3 days. Now, there is something that I would say it's an advantage coming into. Let's say for now, you would like to join, but you do not have the funds at this particular moment. The beauty is that you get 1% of the money that you are saying you are going to contribute. In an accent, you can create a donation without having cash literally on your pocket, but it will give you at least an extension over a month or 2 months or so, where you will be in that period having earned up to 30%. So I think that's the advantage, is that even if you do not have cash right now, right away, you can still participate and be able to earn that kind of money.
Wow, this looks like a kind of a people helping people, sort of kind of a social development or community project. Is there any way MMM contributes to the community of South Africa that is not participating in this?
Yes, in fact, that's a very good question because not only Triple M look at making profits with this system, but what they ensure, they look out for charities as well.
Oh,
yes,
good.
members are able to put proposal to an organization whereby it looks at the needs of the community. What is it that they need? What is it that MMM can assist in those? So they are able to donate on orphans and look at the disadvantaged people who are unable to get more assistance. So yes, that's a very good question. You can add on.
Well, I would say really we'll send a lot because the impact is not just going to be on individuals. It's going to contribute towards the community. I'm looking at sponsoring a school project.
Is there any school, is there any community that is used? And like in 15 minutes?
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be 15 minutes. So
okay.
Up to.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. You're so knowledgeable about this concept. I wish you could be talking on the South African TV for everyone to hear. This is a brilliant concept. We really thank Marvels for bringing it to South Africa. It's going to help us to upscale to eradicate poverty and diseases. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
When I'm going to put this sometimes. Yeah,
how do I stop then?
Yeah?
How do I stop the recording? It's not stopping. Okay, I'll go there. But that was a very good one, eh?
Yeah, in fact we covered everything.
Everything was covered. Ideologies here. Whatever they want is here. We're gonna include both, but it will help to know how to close it. It's a new thing to us, guys. 12 minutes is all.
Well, this is what I manage. What as long as it's good. Mina ngifundela nje ukudla ukuthi ngithala zonke lezi